Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Got another fun parlor trick that you can do. This is coming at you from the good people down at hocus-pocus.com. Hocus Pocus is a really fun website and very different than a lot of the other magic shops that you might visit, because Hocus Pocus is a real brick and mortar. It's a real brick and mortar that you can actually go to, visit, enter into, right? And they get a lot of magic that nobody else gets because they deal with a lot of magic collections that get passed down or estate sales. So they get a lot of classic stuff, vintage things. You definitely want to keep going back, checking out what they have, because if you like classic or vintage magic or magic that you can't buy anywhere else, Hocus Pocus is a fun visit. Today, like I said, we got a fun one. This is a parlor effect. This is Amazing Donuts from Smoky Mountain Magic. What is Amazing Donuts? Amazing Donuts is this little purple sleeve, right, that has a hole in it. Of course, that's where your the hole of the donut naturally is. And if you're thinking this looks like the jacket to a 45, which was a vinyl record, right? A small vinyl record. Well, then you are right, because this is their version of Pavel's Silk Serenade that was originally done with vinyl records back in 1967. And I believe it was even released from Tenyo at one time as well. But now, because nobody knows what a record is, right? We don't know what vinyl is anymore. Now you can do it with donuts. And so this could be a really fun party effect that you do for kids. And if you don't know how Silk Serenade works, or Amazing Donuts works, you're going to tell the kids that you went to the donut store and that you got 3 donuts and that they're inside this pouch. And you're going to reach inside and pull the donuts out one at a time and show that they are completely blank. They're cake donuts, and no kid wants to eat a plain donut, right? When I do this, I would want to have a kid up on stage with you to help you, and then I would just hand these plain donuts to them one at a time, and that would count as them being inspected, right? And so you're going to pull 3 of these non-colored donuts out. So 3 non-colored donuts come out of the sleeve. And if you're wondering, yeah, they're just multi-colored, printed onto a really thick cardstock, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, well, let's use magic and turn these into the donuts that are our favorites. And you're going to place the donuts one at a time back inside the sleeve, right? You'll place them into the sleeve just like that. And because it was originally Silk Serenade, you're going to pull out 3 different colored silks. You have a blue one, a yellow one, and a red one. And one at a time, you'll drape the silk through the hole so they can see the silk going in and out. So let's say you put the blue silk into the hole, right? Then you do a wave and a snap, you reach back in, and then you pull out a blue donut, right? And they can see that it's blue on both sides. So clearly it printed on both sides, and then you'll hand the blue donut with the silk to your spectator, and they'll of course hand you the next plane, and then you'll do this trick 2 more times. So let's say you pay $50 to hocus-pocus.com. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get the purple sleeve that you saw earlier. You're gonna get 3 completely normal cake donuts, and you'll get the 3 ending donuts of blue, yellow, and red. And of course, you'll get the 3 different colored silks. You'll also get a link that'll take you out to YouTube, and it'll give you access to the performance video, which is 3 minutes long, and the explanation video, which is about 6 minutes long, both of which are filmed vertically with the performer standing against a brick wall, and they're just gonna give you the basics, really. In 6 minutes, that's really all they can do, is briefly give you a little bit of history, show you what you get in the box, and run through the effect. Is it well made? Like I said earlier, it's all paper, right? Everything's paper. The sleeve is paper, the donuts inside are paper, and you'll get the 3 silks, which of course are silk. Pocket space, it's not really a pocket trick, right? It's not a walk around trick. This is a parlor trick. And I would also say, because of just the bright colored graphics, the way the story goes, I would think this is gonna lean more towards party magic, like a birthday or just kids magic in general. I think this would be great for kids, especially since, you know, like I was saying earlier, I would bring a kid up, have them stand next to me, and they're gonna be the person that holds my props. Give them the 3 cake donuts, and then they hand them back to me, and then I hand them the colored ones one at a time. They can be the person that inspects everything, makes sure everything's on the up and up, but it also enables me to hand my props off and get them back without using a table. A table is flat, and to have flat objects go down on a flat table, you don't get to see everything. So having the cake donuts, because they're, you know, one-dimensional, hand them to the student then holds them vertically so people can see them, right? And so it just keeps everything more colorful, keeps everything in people's faces. So yeah, I would definitely use a spectator. Angles wise, you should be okay. The pouch, right, and the gimmick kind of hides everything for you. And the only angle that I would say you might care about are the donuts lining all up and lining up with the jacket, with the sleeve. And that's because of the hole, right? The hole would flash if things were pulled into view. Obviously, as you're reaching in and pulling out, you want to make sure that you're pulling out just what you want to pull out and nothing else. If you pulled out the wrong thing, it would flash as it went by the hole. However, because you are performing for kids, kids are pretty quick on some things and then not on others. So I don't know that they would pick up on, you know, watching the hole to make sure that what they saw was what they saw coming out. But I'm just saying, there's a potential to flash, but you should be fine. Inspectability, like I said, you got the child up on stage with you. They're gonna inspect the donuts. And of course, you can always show them front and back, right? Front and back kind of solves that dilemma of, oh, it's colored on one side and not on the other. They're not colored on one side and not on the other. Colored on both sides. The only thing I would say is at the end of the effect, the trick is over. And with Parlor, you don't hand things out to be examined, but you could not examine this at the end. Slice and difficulty level, it's pretty easy. The props do all the work. There's no hard, difficult slides. There's just remembering what to take out and what to put in and where to put it in. The other difficulty I had with this was there's really no difference between the colored and non-colored donuts by touch, right? So you do kind of sometimes have to look inside and see like, okay, what am I doing? And because paper is thin, right? I mean, it is. Having multiple pieces of paper side by side, and because every object is the same height, sometimes you kind of have to peel back like this, like I don't want to get that one, I want to get that one. So there's a little bit of finger fumbling. But like I said, if you're performing for kids, I'm just gonna pop the envelope open and I'm gonna jam my finger right where I want it, just like you would. You know, like, there's nothing wrong with looking, right? I'm looking. There, grab, pull. So if you're trying to do it blind, I would say, I don't know if I'd trust it, but just tip it so that you can see it. I think you're fine. Set up and reset. You're gonna set everything up before the trick even starts, really. And once you start, it's self-working all the way through. You'll just reset it at the end of your show. Positives, it's fun. It's fun for kids. It's bright, it's got colors. Everybody loves donuts, right? I said that before when we did the review for the donut playing cards, right? People love donuts. And the bright colors and the playfulness of the trick, I think, breathes fresh life into a classic trick. I mean, Smoky Mountain Magic is right. Nobody knows what a vinyl record is. So why would they be interested? Half of paying attention to anything is your interest, right? If you're not interested in what you're watching, you don't pay attention. Doesn't matter what it is. So kids have investment in this, like, yes, donuts, love it, right? All about donuts. And it allows you to bring a kid up on stage, which I think is always helpful in routines too. It makes it that much more engaging. Negatives, like I was saying earlier, I don't love the fact that they're made out of paper. I mean, I don't know how else I would do it. I don't know, but I don't love that fact. And there's no kicker. It's just, this one changes to blue, this one changes to yellow, this one changes to red. So it doesn't escalate, it just stays the same through all three. So I don't know, maybe you can think of a kicker. I couldn't think of one. And then, like I was saying, that it's not examinable at the end, but what parlor magic is. Lastly, I didn't understand this part. Just for me as an adult. I think kids won't care, but as an adult, this still looks like a sleeve for a 45 record. And I understand why you do it, of course. You want the circle there so people can understand it's a donut and so that you can drape the silk through. I get it. But if you've ever gone to purchase donuts, you know they come in a pink box, right? Donuts come in a pink box or a white box, but pink is the classic, right? Why they didn't use pink for this, I don't know. Probably because they didn't want it to clash with the red silk. I get that, but it probably doesn't matter, and it wouldn't matter to a kid. But to an adult, I just think like, wow, you missed an opportunity to make this look like the box that donuts come in, you know? Make this look like a box that, you know, says the brand of the donut place, and I don't know, something. And maybe on the back you have, it looks like the full box of donuts. Like, here's all my favorite donuts, kids. I like this kind and Tiger Tails, and oh yeah, and I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. Like, and give them the opportunity and say, let's see what I got. And then you reach inside and pull out blanks, right? So I think we could have done more with the sleeve, but I think that's me just being an overly critical magician. Speaking of overly critical, is it worth your money? It's 50 bucks. $50, it's 50 bucks. And like I said, at the end of the day, the props are all paper. The tutorial's 6 minutes long, and then you get 3 silks. So it's fun, and I think if you take care of it, it'll last you a while. And parlor magic, I mean, if you can buy something that kills 10 minutes, yeah, that's money well spent. I mean, if you've ever tried to fill a show and you feel like, man, I wish I had something else here to fill this 10 minutes or just to keep the kids engaged, some of those tricks, they're worth their weight in gold if you can find something like that. So on the one hand, it's a great parlor trick, and I think it will impress a lot of kids. But if you're just talking about value, it does seem kind of high for paper props, silks, and a 6-minute tutorial. But watch some other reviews and see if it will work for you. And that's everything. That's everything I wanted to say about amazing donuts. Donuts with a Z. So when you're Googling it, looking for it, it's donuts with a Z from Smoky Mountain Magic. And of course, if you like these videos, if you appreciate what I do, if I offer any sort of value or entertainment to your life, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and follow. Even if you don't do it for other YouTube channels, do it for me, because it encourages me to keep making these videos for you every single day. And we're doing giveaways all through the month of December. So if you don't want to miss those giveaways, you want to make sure that something reminds you to enter, because we're doing giveaways and you don't want to miss any of them. They're going to be amazing, amazing. Hey, make sure you head on down to hocus-pocus.com if you want to pick these up for yourself. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks, simple card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks, give my videos a like, subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.